where a lot of the bigger upset is.
Well, we are getting into the second game between Heinz and Kaz. Heinz did win the last game and go, well, not 1-0 up, but they get 1 point on the scoreboard. And Heinz did win the knife round as well, so they are choosing to take terrorists. And this could spiral out of control for Kaz Esports if Heinz are able to just get on that snowball once again and start rolling up that snow and just adding more to it. Yoo-hoo just seeing if he can find anything, try and get any information here. And we can see Mick is also trying to slowly pick. Very slow, methodical play coming out of Heinz, so no real rushes. They're just trying to suss him out. We said that Heinz were going to be confident, and actually the first pick coming from Mick as well. And now with a 5v4 situation, that's when they'll start to group up, band together, and decide where they're really going to be pushing. They're still being very careful here. They think that Kaz are going to get aggressive, but if they had read anything from last game, it's certainly something that Kaz weren't doing. But Jacob is getting slightly confident here, does get some info, so will back off to site, and now Heinz will start pushing in as soon as they saw that player. Oh.
Yeah, we're trying to go for that play off the back of it. Want to try and find that frag as well, but it's that seed of doubt now because Kaz, thinking this is going to be that late round beta, they have to get a bit aggressive. Boast is going to push his way out. Jenko should find this frag. Ooh, a little bit awkward. He's actually trying to get on top of box. Will eventually overcome Boaster anyway, takes him down. This is a good situation to be in. A 5 versus 3, short completely open. They don't know this yet, but that 8 bomb site, there is a welcome out on the door. They've been allowed free entry. Reason why not actually find anything from long as well is everyone's bounding up from short. They can get that plant. They've instantly got map control here. They can go into that late round after plants. This is a really good setup for Heinz right now. Reason will fire back though. Eventually finds one frag off on towards Jenko. They're coming back up ramp. It's going to be awkward for him to attempt to retake this though. No utility on the board, nor a kit for Kaz.
Yeah, not going to be an easy retake at all. Reason is just trying to find a one thing where he gets shut down by Jesp. There is a response from Windansky though. At the moment, Jesp is just on short, trying to take any shots. You can see Mick is just hiding on site. He's being patient, knows he doesn't need to poke out. He can just wait and play the patient game. Cryptix finds Windansky. Just Jacob left. There's not going to be anything left for him. He does find a kill on Cryptix. And actually, Heinz don't really need to kind of push here. But Jacob finds another kill. But it won't be enough. He knows he's run out of time. And Mick was just waiting on site patiently, knowing he didn't need to push. And that'll be just carrying on from last round, really, where Heinz are taking things by storm. And I honestly felt like they were just playing on the fact that Kaz Esports weren't confident last round and thinking that they might go for something slightly overzealous, and they did. We saw a couple of members of Kaz just pushing out through A, pushing out through B, just trying to find some info.
Yeah, just trying to hold that default style of CS as well on the side of Heinz. They just wanted the push to come in. This is smart as well. Basically, whenever you win that first round on the T side, all you want to do is go for a long push after that. You're going to have so much more of a range advantage. There's literally no reason in not trying to take long in that second half, that second round for T. It's the smartest play coming out because they worked their way up towards the A-bomb site. Just absolutely dominating everyone that's in front of them, mowing them down. Jacob will try and go on the aggressive here, wants to bound through the smoke. If his timing's going to work out right, we'll actually find that frag off on towards Jenko quite nicely there, but what more can he achieve? Hoping to see Molt through the smoke as he waits over by a car. We'll spot him jumping up and takes him down. Windansky as well left now, just on short. Basically just going to go for this, try and go for a pick because he has to. Isn't going to save anything until the next round, so it doesn't matter if he does.
Yep, just try and get rid of a gun perhaps on the side of Heinz, but Cryptix makes short work of him, pops him right in the head. And that'll be a 2-0 lead, and Kaz will be ecoing once again. Maybe they can get a deagle or two just to work with, but should be a formality here for Heinz. As long as they don't do anything silly, they should be able to push onto a site relatively comfortable and get a 3-0 lead, just as they did last game. And once again, they just look confident, happy to take those aim battles, but it'll be different when Kaz are able to actually buy some M4s to try and contest this game. Some info tried to be gathered by Jacob, but that info was quickly shut down. Windansky has to look. He actually gets the flash, manages to find one, looks for another, finds two. Eventually, Mick will stop any sort of momentum coming out of him. And now a 3v3 situation, but they are stuck outside of B, so they just need to get this plant down. And then they can set up for after plants, and they have the guns to work with. Should be a simple round.
Yeah, that was nicely played by Windansky actually off the back of his flash to try and get those 2 frags. There's still potential for Kaz into this. They're really limited in terms of just having those USPs. If they could have grabbed a gun, maybe they would have been able to actually achieve something out of it. But really now, the round is going to be over. Boaster will get taken down. Does get one pick off on towards Mick, forces them to buy another AK, but it's not really that much damage to the economy and won't matter too much. This is where things need to go big. Now, 2 AWPs will actually come out onto the field. 3. Oh no, sorry, they are going to stick with that too. I thought Yoo-hoo was going to go for 1 as well. So if Windansky holds on to that and Jacob keeps these AWPs off their position, what are they actually going to go for? I don't know if they're going to try and just go for that pick off on towards long and then bound out and just try and take the site once more. I didn't really see what spawns they had there.
Does look like Windansky's just going to look down long with this AWP. He's in position where he can check short as well. Several members of Heinz are just waiting outside A. They can't find a pick just yet. Smokes are down. Everyone's covered. You can see that Mick's been boosted up there, just trying to find an angle onto anyone, but Boaster is just waiting in pit, seeing if he can find anything. And Heinz being very slow. They know they don't need to push at the moment. They just can be patient, hope that Boaster makes a mistake. But he did not expect Mick to be on top there. And now Reason needs to... He will have that info. He will think that Mick's probably dropped down. Flash comes out, manages to get the trade. So we're back to a 4v4 situation. Really important that he was able to find that kill with Mick going down. And now Yuhu just making sure he's checking no one's pushing up short. Does see the grenade come in. So he will now suspect something, but perhaps communicate with his teammate, let them know they're maybe pushing short. Just be careful on long as well. Reason in a position to stop anyone doing that though.
Yeah, as he just holds close to the wall here as they want to work their way out on towards long. They need to clear this angle and should actually find the frag, but Reason, can he achieve anything to try and help out the side of Kaz? Will get one off on towards Cryptics, but Jenko can quickly respond and swipe him down. Windansky is on the scene though. Tucked away on their A-bomb site, AWP in hand. This is where they need to try and prove that these AWPs are a good investment. Use that range capability, fire down, try and get those opening frags. Windansky spots with a quick flick as he slides over, takes down Jenko to follow-up frag on towards Mole as well. And there it is, the quick triple kill. Windansky goes big for the side of Kaz, and that's their first round on the board. And
we said those AWPs may come into play, and great stuff from Windansky. Just patient, didn't push too far with the AWP, he stayed put on the A site, and eventually they came to him. Nice triple for him. And I wonder whether he'll go for the same, where he'll just look down long, as Yuhu is going to have to just buy the UMP here. Doesn't have the money to get an M4. Windansky finds a nice early kill onto Jenko, and that should stop Heinz in their tracks, really. They'll have to back off knowing that the AWP is there, but there is an AWP for Mole himself. He's going to try and take a battle, but smokes come down as Heinz slowly back away. There will be a nice close angle taken by Boaster, just in case anyone finds him, and Jacob finds a headshot with the AWP as well, so these AWPs really paying off for Kaz at the moment, Jackie.
Yeah, that was good. So that's what I wanted to see as well there, with Windansky playing off the back of the spawn, going for that long pick. I thought we might have seen that last round, but I don't think he had the best spawn for it. I didn't really see. But moving into this as well, this is a whole lot better. Jacob towards mid, has so much more control of the map there, was able to get that opening frag, just snipes them down from absolutely miles away, and they're in a great position. You leave your opponents with just 3 members left on the side, not a lot of utility to play. If they only have that one smoke down, it's really going to be limiting in what they can try and go for.
Still plenty of time to work with, and it's whether Heinz actually want to work with that time or whether they even consider saving here. I mean, their money's not looking incredible, but they will still have stuff to work with. Mole is just going to push up short, see if he can find any sort of angle on anyone. Knows no one's there at the moment, and at the moment Heinz just seem a little bit hesitant, don't really know what they're going to do. Jacob will just take down Jess as he tries. He gets confident to push through middle, and now just Mole and Cryptics left. They are the only two with the weapons. Flashes come out, they're going to push onto short, but Windansky's there to make sure that anything that they try is going to be responded to. Mole finds his own, but Reason there to make sure that nothing happens there.
He finds his own butt. Nice. I did that once. Heinz aren't looking good in terms of cash there. The economy has slipped away from them. Maybe if they would have made a video of Mole finding his own butt, they might have had a little bit more money.
Perhaps they would, and they need it at the moment. It's just some deagles coming out for Heinz. And now Kaz perhaps can find some momentum, as they desperately need it. They really struggled in their first game. But now they've got some rounds on the board, they've got some confidence, they've got the money. They just need to make sure they don't throw this away, because we know that Heinz can be incredible at just spiraling out of control, as they are just going to slowly push through middle here, see if they can find anyone in CT. But Reason is being very careful about which angle he's taking. He's not going to pop out. The flash teammate finds Mick, caught with his pants down, and now Heinz start to push short, but Jenko down as well, so this is going to be extremely difficult. Nades will make sure that they are stopped in their tracks, and Boaster finds another kill with his UMP. More money in his pocket, and there we go. All 5 members down for Heinz, and not a single one lost for Kaz. So really important that they didn't lose a member during the eco round, so their money can stay, well, very, very healthy now. But we should see a buy from Heinz. It's going to be an interesting round for me, Jackie.
Yeah, this could be quite an interesting one to see if Heinz actually try and bounce back on the board. They've got those AKs. Windansky is still going to be going for these aggressive long faces. I like this. If you have the spawn, you haven't overused it too much, you might be able to get away with getting those opening frags. There's no one actually just going to be holding deep from T-spawn as well. If they try and push out, it would just be Mole playing close by the doors. So if they want to try and go really aggressive here and get that information, allow Boaster to lead the charge, they could really soak up a lot of info soon and counter this with a strike from behind very quickly. But no man is going to be on short the A-bomb bomb site is fairly open. Windansky needs to rotate background right now.
Well, he's just using his AWP, scoping on short, see if he can find anyone. No one's pushed out just yet, but he's probably got the information from his team that they will be there shortly, so that's why he's setting up that angle. Doesn't quite find one, misses the shot. That could have been really important. Has to back off slightly, take a slightly more passive angle. Flashes come out onto short, and Kaz kind of in difficult positions here. Heinz have the height advantage, and Mole will take down Reason. And Windansky gone as well. This is looking tough for Kaz for a retake here. But Jacob does have an AWP to work with.
As well, trying to get up short, will be struck down by Jenko. He's just allowed to rattle off shots, just pot shots for that AK-47, hoping they're going to connect. Jenko, brutal there as he takes down Yuhu. Jacob should actually fall as well. Have the angle cover with the AWP. We'll take a quick little shot off on towards Jenko. Does eliminate him and should be able to hold on to that weapon to the next round. But I mean, this is the thing. You get through with one AWP, they are still going to have some cash, but it's shaky. Heinz as well doing a great job. They can afford to go for the hunt here if they want to try and find him a little bit. Their cash isn't too fantastic, so they will hold back and just try and hold on to these weapons.
Yeah, I think Mole thought about searching for him, and he was like, well, if he's going to be in T, then I'll go looking for him, but if he's not there, I'm not going to overextend anymore. As you said, their money's alright, but it's not fantastic. There is enough for AWPs on the side of Kaz, though, obviously with the one save. Jacob has got a fair bit of money there. And now they need to set up and not allow Heinz to do that once again, because it almost seemed too easy for Heinz to get onto short there. Perhaps that's why Windansky's taking that angle to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Windansky as well. If he would have chose to there, could have gone for that aggression early, peeking out from short and trying to find those frags up towards top mids. And look at this, Kaz actually showing a lot of initiative as they work their way through, but Jesper's in such a power play position, should be able to get that first frag and will do so fantastically. Takes down Yuhu. Jacob tried to retaliate, but really just couldn't get the angle, couldn't find the shot to line it up and take him down, and this is looking good. They found a little bit of a leak towards that B bomb site. They can still just play their card, you know, play their deck close to their chest, and just bide their time. They don't need to overextend just yet on the side of Heinz.
I think Kaz just doing what they weren't doing last game, really, just trying those risky plays. I mean, if they were able to find that early kill, it could have been really important, could have paid off, but unfortunately, yet again, they aren't able to do anything with the risks that they take, as Windansky has to retreat. As you can see, several members are pushing up to short here. Needs to make sure he stays alive, and the rest of his team are going to start to rotate round. Smokes all around, as Heinz now retreat. They say, no, we're not going to go up short. Instead, we're going to push through middle. Flashes and smokes come through as well. Jacob does have an AWP here, will find one, gets the Deagle out, tries to find another one, but Cryptics and Jenko respond. Jenko actually takes down Reason as well. So now this is a 4v2 situation in the favour of Heinz. And just Boaster and Windansky left. And Windansky is just on his own here at A-Long. It has to rotate extremely quickly if he's going to get to that B site. But the bomb hasn't gone down yet. And there it goes, just as I say it. And now Heinz can take their after plants. And I wonder whether Kaz are just going to save here, Jackie.
Yeah, most likely we'll just go for the save in this scenario. If they can get exit frags against Heinz, that's going to be a benefit, but really they just don't want to lose those weapons. So Mole actually is able to get the advantage here as he takes down Windansky, strikes him away with that AWP. Boaster, he's just going to hold close by, hoping they're going to walk their way through T-spawn, but really that's it. This is the round as good as done.
Yeah, unfortunate of Windansky losing that AWP. Could have been nice to take that into the next round, but Heinz managing to put another one on the board. And now money's going to start getting difficult for Kaz. We did see that Jacob had a lot of money to work with, so he should be able to get a drop or two. And we'll see what they can do with this money. It's looking sparse. I mean, even with a drop, it's still going to be a tough buy for this team. So they may just consider an eco here. No, the AWP was actually going to come out from Jacob, so he's not even going to drop. He's just going to say, look, I'll take an AWP. It'll get me down to similar money to you. Our economy stabilizes a little bit, and perhaps I can do something special with it as he looks to set up shop here at B.
Well, the tag will go in the favour of Heinz there as he gets a couple of pot shots off very early on to the round, takes down Yuhu down to 55 HP. Nothing really too fantastic, but it's still going to help them out later on into this. Jacob has the AWP and definitely knows how to use it as he gets that opening shot off on towards Jesps. Does have the advantage in this situation. You can see a flank coming out from Yuhu as well. At most, he should just get information from this. We'll land a tag off, but it's really going to be risky there.
Yep, unfortunately not able to find anything but information is always good, especially when they have the man advantage. And Kaz Esports can start to move around, start to position themselves around these B tunnels, see if they can perhaps pincer Heinz. But they are just staying put at the moment. No one wants to make that move. They don't want to make that mistake and allow Heinz back into this round because they know they haven't got much utility to work with. Mick being very patient, just checking smoke here, just making sure that no one's going to push through. Sometimes people do get very confident. Flash is going to come out, see if they can just make anything move from this B site. And now they start to push slowly and slowly, but Jacob is waiting there with the AWP. He may be able to find him, but they're pushing through smoke. Unfortunately doesn't, as Mick finds him. And now they've got control of this B site. As Windansky's going to try and push through smoke here with the deagle.
Yeah, just charges. Trying to go large and in charge. He works his way through to the bomb site, but won't achieve anything. Taken down very quickly by Genko. It's just Reason and Boaster. Once again, they're just going to need to save. They can't do anything into this. Boaster needs to just hold his own, try and grab that M4 into the next round. Reason can offer himself up and attempt to do some damage to the economy of Heinz, but I don't even think he'll really be able to achieve that.
We'll find one. Can get another here, but if he, unfortunately, he isn't able to find that second double headshot. And we'll now just have to wait. They will know full well that he is there. They don't really need to go hunting. I perhaps would like them just to back off and... Well, I suppose they can't really, because the bomb's going to explode on them, but they need to get in a position where they do survive. As Mole is just looking to see if he can find a pick before he has to run out. Doesn't find it. Does survive, though. Now needs to be careful. Make sure, because Reason should get aggressive here. Instead, he doesn't. Genko comes from behind. I'm surprised he survived that. I swear I've stood there before and I've died many a time. Perhaps I was low on health.
This was a fairly good round overall, though, to be honest. I mean, it's the same sort of story from what we've been seeing. Kaz just get themselves into these situations towards the end of the round where they just don't have any chance to do anything. They lose way too many men early round. They just have to back off and save. And it's just looking shaky once again. It looked good towards the start of the game, but now it just looks like it starts to slip away. And we're not really seeing trades come out efficiently. They're just getting absolutely brutalized. Ooh, a little bit of issue coming out from Boaster. Tried to take the fight up on top of Short. Will take down Mick, but that's really all he's going to be able to achieve before he gets put in an early grave. 4 men left on the side of Heinz, only 3 for Kaz as they try and hold this short angle. Windansky should have gone so huge there, but Jesp turning around, had the angle covered, will be able to take him down, and that's another very quick round. That time around, everyone just gets put down.
I feel like that's the story of the day for Kaz today. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. They've tried a couple of risks, but every time they have, they've failed. They haven't been able to pull anything spectacular off, and Heinz have always been able to find those important kills. And now, Kaz will have to eco. And this should be a formality for Heinz in this round, but you never know if Kaz can take a nice angle. But are they going to do anything crazy with his eco? Or are they just going to take those normal angles once again that they were doing in the last game? It does look like they are just going to take default angles. Windansky is pushing up short, slightly confident. Might be able to get some information, but here we go. Heinz are pushing onto B site here. Jacob is going to be caught with his... Oh, this is great stuff. Now they can just push in. Doors should be clear. And just pistols to work with. It's going to be tough for Kaz here.
Try and flood their way in now. They've done a good job of getting through the point guard, but what else can they achieve? Mole will take down Yuhu very quickly. 3 members left on that CT side. Sizing up if they want to go for this, but realise it's probably not worth it, and we'll just back off for that save once more. They are just going to need to save those weapons. Windansky, he can try and achieve something, maybe get those exit frags, but it's the same old story. Kaz, they just get punished way too early on.
I suppose, I mean, it's not a terrible eco. They've managed to find 2 weapons if they can survive with it, but you're right. They just didn't try anything there. They held angles and they were just punished for it, and it was just easy pickings for Heinz, to be honest. And I think that's just been the story of the series so far, that Heinz have been more than happy to take those aim battles, and Kaz haven't been able to respond at all. Someone from Kaz really needs to step up if they are going to find their way back into this game. You do have money to work with now though, Kaz, as we do see a pause coming out. Perhaps just a little bit of a team talk, just to make sure that everyone's on the same wavelength, because at the moment it really doesn't seem like Kaz are playing in the same game as Heinz. Heinz are slowly just getting away from Kaz, really. They've just looked a different class, to be honest. Heinz looked like a well-rehearsed, a well-oiled team, and Kaz just looked very lackluster, like a bunch of randoms, to be honest.
Yeah, it's not really what we expected to see either, because in the past, you know, especially on a map like this, Kaz, they've got a lot of firepower. It looked good when they started to try and throw a little bit of initiative in there. They whipped out those AWPs, tried to go for a couple of fairly exciting plays. We saw that with Windansky especially. Long control was a whole lot better once he got that AWP out, but then things just started to slip away. They found that little bit they could adapt, a way they could tweak their play style, but that was it. They've done it once, and then Heinz have learned how to counter it, and now they're just still trying that same old style. I thought we were going to see something cool come out from Windansky when he went for that push up on towards short. He could have got so much information. It's a risky style if you try and go for that initial frags, but if you go for that short boost early, try and go for those picks, you can usually find at least an opening frag there, get a little bit of information on your side, but it just looked like they kind of wanted to go for it and then just half-assed it and just back off.
Yeah, and it's a shame. I really want to see them just on an eco, maybe just 5-man push out onto B or something like that. Just try something different because it's really not working for Kaz at the moment. It's just the same old story from the Mirage game, to be honest. But we've got a pause here, so there is a chance for Kaz to just maybe calm themselves down, have a little chat, work out what's going wrong. They looked good when they had those 2 AWPs. That was their best round. They obviously won that round. Then you're right. Heinz sussed it out. They then pushed out. They got rid of those AWPs, and now Kaz just can't find anything. But they've gone for the 2 AWPs once again. So this is going to be important. If they set up once like they did when they had the 2 AWPs in, it was about 4 rounds ago now, then perhaps they can start getting some rounds on the board. And really, if they don't find something soon, it's just going to be another situation where if Heinz win the pistol, they probably win the game.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well. You've got a little bit of information there early, just off the basis of having those AWPs. You're able to see what's going on. And they can try and hold these angles here and counter it, but they have to go for those picks. Complement that playstyle off the back of using these AWPs. You have this opening frag on towards Jess. Now try and use it to your advantage, which is what Windansky's done there. He gets another frag there, off on towards Mole. This is good. Unfortunately, Yuhu is going to get overpowered. Jacob also hits the deck B. Perfect execute coming out from Heinz. That was very nicely done. Great teamwork as they just walked their way out, cleared their angles. Very robotic style of CS, but worked very well. Yeah,
they just took the initiative. That they saw that a couple of members had gone down, and they said, look, we need to go now before they get too much information and start stacking onto B site. Push through the smoke, caught a player with his pants down. Now they've got the bomb down, and they just need to get these out of the plants. This is going to be tough for Kaz, but it is definitely doable. As Boaster is going to push through tunnel, see if he can find any information. Mick will be there, but Boaster gets a really important kill, and now he can get aggressive. He's got support from his teammates, finds another one. Just Cryptic's left alone on site now. Should be easy pickings. Cryptic finds 1, finds 2, but Windansky with the pistol will finish it off, and he'll just have enough time to defuse this bomb. Really, really important round for Kaz Esports to get back into this game. But they did just have 1 player survive, so their economy is not going to be fantastic, but important kills from Boaster on that retake there.
Yeah, that could have been absolutely filthy though from Cryptics, getting that first frag off on towards Boaster and the follow-up. If he would have been able to work his way through and actually take them all down, that would have been such a massive round for Heinz. But good for Kaz as well. And they were using those AWPs a lot better into this one. This is what I wanted to see. Try and go for those initiative, try and take the aggression here and actually get those opening frags. But a little bit slower into that. You did try and take long control very early. They have good positioning. Both are going to be playing that close angle just over by Pitts. If they try and bound out, he can get those first couple of frags. Windansky can play off the back of him and complement him. So it's a good crossfire. A little bit of teamwork coming out. But Heinz are just taking it slow. Looks like they will be going for a short burst here, or potentially a mid to B, actually, from what the setup is.
Heinz have actually struggled when they've tried to take those AWP battles as well. I think we saw Mole take an AWP a couple of rounds ago, and it just wasn't really working out when Kaz are... Honestly, they're just performing better with those AWPs. So Heinz is just going to go back to what they know, go back to those 5 AKs that worked so well in Mirage. And they're just slowly trying to suss out where Kaz are, decide where they're going to push. Mick thinking about pushing up short, trying to find an angle. Will probably wait for flashes from his teammate before he does so. But Windansky is going to be waiting there with the AWP to try and see if he can find anything coming from short. He does hear the noise, but the smoke's in the way. Oh, can't quite find Mick. That could have been a really important kill. Now Mick can push onto site, and his teammates might possibly follow him. You can see the bomb is actually dropped. No one moving in with the bomb yet. They didn't want to give away too much information here.
Ooh, Jeff will take down Yuhu. Cryptics as well fires off a shot off on towards Reason and will be able to eliminate him very quickly. Those 2 AWPs are still standing. They're not the only thing standing on the board. What can Windansky actually achieve? As the angle cover just peering towards the bomb site, as the rest of England can work their way out of short. They have to try and gain control of this. He's probably going to think better of it and actually just back off and try and hold on to that weapon. Jacob as well. It's in such a sticky situation as Mole was sneaking around in lower tunnels. Nearly spotted him out there. And I think they might be okay. Windansky as well eventually finds that frag off on towards Jess. Goes back for more, very hungry. Can't get that second frag.
Won't find Cryptics with the pistol. I think it's one of those situations, once you find that first frag, you do look for a second instantly. A little bit of your blood starts pumping. You think, yeah, I can do this. I can maybe get back into this round, but unfortunately not, as Jacob is left on his own now. Needs to make sure he saves this AWP, really. But Mick is lurking around. I think Jacob actually heard him or something, but Mick will have support from Mole, and they both take him down. 9-4 for Heinz now. And Kaz, even with that double AWP situation, they just couldn't find it, as Heinz were able to find all the players without AWPs first. And then when the AWPs are left on their own, it suddenly becomes very difficult to stay in the round.
Yeah, that's the thing. It was really nicely done. They isolated a lot of the CTs. Heinz did a great job of just working their way and taking those initial aim battles, playing together as a unit, and just battering their way onto the site this time around as well. Really nothing to play with on the side of Kaz. Heinz should just walk out and take these frags. Good play coming out from Mo as well. Got that elevated box, wanting to find the frag, but his teammate Jess will do the damage instead. And they're just picking off anyone that comes in to try and retake this. Windansky and Reason, the last 2 men left standing. They have to go for it. They've invested nothing into the round. You might as well. Can they spot out Cryptics here? He isn't actually looking towards behind. They can play it slow. A couple of attacks down with that P250. They eventually pick him off. They can grab that AWP. And they're going to try and work their way into this site as well. There could actually be potential for this. You've got an AWP from Windansky. It's glass cannon. But that might not matter too much. They are going to try and work their way off towards the A-bomb site, though, as they just get out of there. Reason might have got a little bit of information if he heard those footsteps. I think he was just slightly out of range. But now they know it's A anyway, as Windansky has entered the site. They need to be quick on their heels to try and get over there. Is there still hope left for them into this round? It seems like there might be so as Mole gets taken down. Reason, great work with that P250. It falls onto Mick now. Dan has to grab the bomb and try and get it planted in a 1 versus 2.
Yeah, we were saying Reason and Windansky had to go for it because they hadn't invested anything, but they found an AWP. Heinz knew that. They then moved over to A, but really important kill. And now Mick manages to get the plant. Needs to find this onto Windansky, but Windansky will just respond with a pistol. And they'll be able to get this defused. And a huge round for Kaz Esports, considering the position they were in. Heinz really shouldn't have thrown that one away, but it was just Cryptics getting caught with his pants down with the AWP there, handing it over to Kaz. And perhaps this is the momentum swing that they need to get back into this series.
Yeah, this is the thing. There's potential. Maybe they can actually get themselves another round on the board. End this at 6-9-1/2. That'd be nice to see. This was that entry towards the bomb site as well. It was really nicely done. Everyone just playing together, holding each other's angles. They just walked out, fired down. It was like a shooting range. Very calculated. Were able to clear out the site quite easily. Kaz, they did have some money to invest into this final round of the half. You're going to see 3 rifles on the board there, and those 2 AWPs as well. Meanwhile, Heinz, they're going to try something a little bit ridiculous. Obviously, they had the cash to play with, so Mick and Jenko, they're going to invest into those 2 auto snipers. They can just spam away from top mid. They can just try and damage anyone that crosses. You get a little bit of tags off. Windansky actually fights back, though, through that and takes down Jenko.
Yeah, very bold move by Heinz, and actually they were punished for even trying it, so really great stuff from Windansky being able to find that he is going to peek again, see if he can find another one of those auto snipers. But now just AKs to work with for Heinz, as they are going to try and push through mid here. It feels like they are getting a little bit overconfident. They are going to back off slightly. As soon as that flash came in, they knew they couldn't push through the flash. As Heinz know, this is a really important round. Yes, they're 9-5 up, but 9-6 is considerably worse than 10-5. They do all make the difference in the end, as Heinz are slowly pushing up short here. They do have utility to work with. They have got a couple of flashes, but Kaz have got the man advantage. Smoke will come out just to delay them ever so slightly, but no rotates coming from Kaz. They are just holding firm. They know they don't need to push up because of this man advantage.
Yeah, can just hold it out for the meantime. Use that utility. Try and clear a few of the angles. Smoke out the CTs, then go for that push later onto the one. Windansky, he has to actually be the front man here. Needs to do some damage with that AWP. They are going to be in close proximity now as well. Cryptics will find that fragment towards Reason. Unfortunately, Windansky, apple crumble on display as he peeks up, couldn't quite connect it, and gets taken down by Mick. Back on long note is going to be Boaster rattling off a few pot shots. Wanted to try and get that frag on Mick. Trapped now over by Car. Jacob comes into the fold as well, takes down Mole. Can he get that follow-up frag off on towards Jesp? It isn't meant to be. He will best him. Now they can try and push up. Just Boaster and Yuhu left. Unfortunately, not going to be in a great situation. They try and make it a little bit better. Find that first frag off on towards Mick, but Jesp and Cryptics, they can equalise the situation and pick it up with a 5-10-1/2.
Yeah, and I think Heinz will be happy with that, considering the start that Kaz had. Yes, okay, Heinz won the pistol, went 3-0 up, but then Kaz started to find their feet a little bit, and they were setting up well, and we were thinking, yeah, okay, they're into this. They're finding the momentum now, but then Heinz were quick to shut them down. They soon sussed out what Kaz were doing and how they were setting up. And now, a 10-5 lead for Heinz going into their CT half. And they just really, this pistol is going to be extremely important, as it always is. So I'm expecting a lot of hesitancy from Kaz here, because they know they can't throw away this pistol. So I'm expecting probably a slow pistol round from them, even though I'd like to see something fast and unexpected. I mean, I say unexpected. I don't think there's anything in CSGO that's unexpected nowadays. Everyone knows what kind of plays you can have, but I think that's what we've got to see from Kaz. We've got to see some fast and dramatic plays from them.
Yeah, try and ride off the back of that confidence. That's what you need, that little bit of hype behind you to actually get you into those good situations. I mean, Counter-Strike is confidence. Without confidence, you've already lost. You really need that drive behind you to find those frags.
Yeah, you definitely do. And to be honest, Kaz have just lacked confidence the whole game. Even in the first game when they lost Mirage, that was the whole story. We've said that several times, that Kaz just didn't have that confidence at all. But going into the second half, I really think that Kaz just have to push in. And you can see now, 5 members are just barreling down A long, but Jesp gets a nice early one-tap. You can see they're all slowly just pushing in, but they're pushing into the USPs of Heinz UK. Fine 4, just 1 left now. Reason's not going to be able to do anything. Does pick up Jesp, but he's also getting pincered here. So we said be confident, we said push. Yeah. They did, but unfortunately their confidence didn't really help against the just pure aim of Heinz. I mean, it is very difficult when you do have the Glocks if you're trying to take long-range battles, so sometimes pushing down A-long can be difficult. But Heinz just looking on fire yet again.
Other brands of beans are available. As we work our way through to this round, though, what can they actually achieve? They do get 1 on the board. Can they do anything else? You can see 4 SMGs are actually going to be coming out, so they might be able to rack up a little bit of cash. That's basically what they want to try and do into this, just really rip their way through the opposition. Kaz invest quite heavily into those pistols, though. You guys see 2 Ds, 1 player, those Tech 9s. They're going to complement that fast LCS. They want to charge out, but it's just getting shut down. You know, the confidence was there. You barrel your way out. You want to try and find those distance frags. Yoo-Hoo will actually claim 1. Quite proficient with the deagle. Here's this man as he takes down Jenko. Leaves them in a 2 versus 4. At the very least, they're going to get that bomb planted.
Yeah, a little bit of money for them, but just Yoo-Hoo left. I mean, he could work a miracle with this deagle, but all these players are searching for him. He finds 1, so he'll be able to do a little bit of damage to the economy, but I mean, Jess bought an M4 that round, so that just shows the sheer confidence from Heinz. He wasn't worried about losing it. He knew he was going to win any sort of aim battle with a pistol or a deagle, so no worry from him. But bomb down does mean Kaz do have a little bit of money to work with, but not enough, unfortunately, to buy up this round.
Yeah, not a great situation in terms of the economy for Kaz. Meanwhile, Heinz barreling ahead. They have a lot of investment into this. Still 1 SMG on play. There's going to be over on Mick once again. He can try and run the risk here and just go for an aggressive style LCS. Actually pushes his way through mid into lower. Has been undetected, so he can capitalize. Should get this frag off on towards Reasons. He tries to work his way through. Meanwhile, out towards top mid, they are going to be grouping up, hoping to go for that late round long pick. Will Reason get bested here? Yeah, does catch him out. And it's going to be a nice little opener. A juicy way to start the round for Heinz.
Yeah, good patience from Mick there, but a couple of frags now coming out from Jesp. And that's a 4v2 situation. And they are kind of just stuck here at A. They're going to have to push through the smoke. They go with the flash, but Yoo-Hoo's just lost in the smoke. He couldn't find his way out of that door. Jesp is there just to shut down everything that comes in his crosshair. And Boaster will just eventually fall here to the M4 of Mole. And unfortunately, just nothing yet again for Kaz. They didn't try anything really spectacular. They couldn't find a kill at all. And now, this is the round. Can Kaz actually get back into this game? If they are going to, they need to win this.
Yeah, this is really looking quite horrific for them. I don't really see much of a chance of them bounding back into this one. Jacob just trying to hold mid a little bit later on into the round. If anyone else is going to cross, try and get that information at least, or hopefully the frag, as they just hold their way out. They've just been playing this slow style of CS now. Kaz really just forced back into a box a little bit as they just try and play this slow default out. Hope that Heinz are going to go for an overly aggressive push, but Heinz, they've really had no reason to.
Nope. See, they are just slowly working their way through mid, up to short. Yoo-Hoo trying to get some information, but Reason finds Jesp. Really important kill. Now they can move on. 5v4 situation. You can see Yoo-Hoo is just slowly pushing up short. Jenko does have an AWP. He will be able to watch it, but he needs to be careful from long. He will have the information that Reason is there. Might be able to find him around the corner. Unfortunately misses the shot as the smoke comes down, so Reason will escape with his life. Tries to spray through the smoke, but Jenko gets the kill instead. Yoo-Hoo gets a really important kill, and now they can flood onto this A site. Get the bomb down as well, and they've got full control of the site. And Heinz, they need to find some kills, but Boaster finds 2 down the middle. And now with just Mole left with only 14 HP, he's going to have to dig himself a hole and get in it, because he's not going to be able to take down 3 members with just such little life.
Yeah, he should get picked off here very easily by Boaster. Has that angle covered straight into his crosshairs and will eliminate him.
Big round though from Kaz Esports. There is life in the tank just at the moment. There's a very slim chance of them getting back into this game, but It's exactly what we said they needed to do. And the money isn't great for Heinz.
Yeah, it's definitely a good way to start.
Now Kaz can start getting back into this game ever so slowly. They just need to not give anything away. Not give Heinz a sniff. Because we know that as soon as Heinz get on a roll, they are pretty much unstoppable.
That's the thing you're saying. It's a good way to start it because now they've reset that economy. They're left on these pistols. They could still slip their way back into it. It's not as bad as it was. Scoreline-wise, it's it's not fantastic for them. But in the battle of economy, they're in a good situation. Fortunately, Heinz in this round taking a bit of a gamble in the way they're going to play it. Leave B completely open. Kaz have just wandered their way straight into the site. Heinz have to go for a massive retake into this. Luckily, they've not invested much dance. They can just try and go a little bit sort of crazy off the back of it.
Unfortunately, no one's been able to find anything yet. They did push up short, but eventually they get spotted out by Yoo-Hoo. And the CTs, who are getting very confident with their pushes, are eventually found. Reason also finds one as well. Just Mole left once again. Gets the flash, manages to find one so he can destroy the economy slightly. Finds an AK as a reward. He's holding an angle here, trying to do something, but eventually decides he'd rather save it. But it looks like he may be greeted by another member of Kaz Esports as he is getting pincered slightly. Boaster is there waiting at T-spawn, seeing if he could find him. The shots there, tried to wallbang him. And Mole is just going to have to sit here and hope that he survives. It does look like Kaz aren't going to go for the hunt. They're more than happy to allow him to have an AK. And I think that's probably a good decision, because they don't want to throw away too much just to stop one weapon from Heinz.
Yeah, that double up setup over on that side as well. We know they can be very proficient with it. And it's looking better for Heinz, for Kaz now into this. They've started to work their way back through. Heinz, they have cash to play with. They have gone for this buyout back now. A lot of utility on the board to play with as well, so it's looking good. It's quite healthy. They just need to hold their angles, return to the norm, really. They weren't really doing too much different. It's just been Kaz been kind of getting lucky on those entries. A little bit of different style of CS, and the economy wasn't really in the favour of Heinz. Now, back on the ground, they have the cash to play with. Just hold your angles. Just play it off the back of crossfires once again. Wait until Kaz come into you. Don't really offer yourselves up. That's where those AWPs are really going to play so massively in those sort of situations. But look at Yoo-Hoo here, just really playing the map to his advantage, can drop down, knew no one was watching CT. He was in a great position to get that frag towards Mole, but things have gone a little bit sticky for him. Now trapped in CT, Mole gets the better of him, will take him down. They get that initial advantage in the beginning of the round, and he gets all of that information as they start to push their way up short as well. He can hear those footsteps.
It's a really confident play dropping into CT, but in the end it doesn't pay off as Reason goes down to Mole as well, and suddenly Kaz are struggling. They have the two AWPs, but aggressive AWPs, not easy when you don't have any friends to work with, but Boaster is able to trade onto Mole. Make sure he just keeps Jacob alive now. And Boaster's going to have to be the man to push in with the support from the two AWPs behind him. There is a member A-long, two in fact, from Heinz. So they will just be watching and making sure that no one pushes onto site easily. As unfortunately Boaster just drops into smoke and he is just sprayed through it as well. And this should be easy pickings for Heinz, but you can see that Jacob is slowly creeping with this AWP. Windansky finds one, so it's not over yet, Jackie.
No, definitely not. It's only getting started into this round, as we can see. Jacob and Windansky still left alive. Wants to try and get that bomb planted. If they play their cards right, they should be able to peek out and actually find the frag, and Jesper will be the man to pull the trigger. Windansky, nice headshot up towards Cryptics, but time is of the essence, and he just can't do it. He will have to fall back to go for the save.
Unfortunate stuff. I was thinking two AWPs on attack. They were going to get aggressive. They might have been able to find an early pick, but unfortunately it was really that push from Yoo-Hoo. He was able to get himself into CT, but he couldn't do anything with it. I was thinking this is great. They're going to be able to pinch some mid, but mid just turned around. They threw flashes, and then the nades came in from long as well, and that was just an easy kill in the end. He wasn't able to put up a fight because he was full white. And now Heinz just 2 rounds away from winning a second game here, and probably solidifying themselves at the top of the table. I mean, we don't know how results are going elsewhere, but certainly a 2-0 will be a great way to start the season. And now I was expecting this to be a lot closer. I think we all were. I know definitely you were as well. You were thinking Kaz was going to put up a bit more of a fight, but honestly, I'm really impressed by Heinz, and I'm really excited to see how they develop throughout the season. It seems like they've gelled extremely quickly. I mean, yes, okay, they've got several members from last season when they won, but they've chucked in a couple of new players, and it's working out really well for them at the moment. As we just go into a pause, so we can come back to our lovely faces and your new hair. I must compliment you on your new hair, Jackie.
It's different, right?
I'm sure everyone in the UK scene is thinking, hey, he's looking a little bit different.
I don't know if that's what they'll be saying, Dan.
No?
I can imagine. Probably not that.
They're saying it looks fabulous. I think it looks great, Jackie. Amazing decision.
Stop.
That's what they're saying.
Stop it.
They're probably not.
Alright.
But
No,
Twitch, at least
definitely not.
at least they'll be nicer than Twitch chat.
It's fine. Everyone loves me.
Yeah?
Everyone from the UK.
Well, that's
My
good.
boys.
You did say there's a lot of personalities in the UK.
Yeah.
Are you one of those personalities that people avoid, or
I
do
think
you
I'm a nice
people
guy. I think
just
everyone likes me.
swarm to you?
I think the majority of people like me.
That's
But-
a good.
yeah.
That's what most people that everyone hates say.
I'm a nice
so
guy.
That's great.
Come on, I'm warm-hearted. You know, I come in here, I spread the room with light. I'm happy.
And you hit early today.
Exactly.
I was glad.
I'm always early.
Don't know how to take that, but we will be finishing this game off ever so soon when the unpause comes in, and it was looking like there was a little bit of hope for Kaz, but it's slowly dying like a flame that's been spat on by several members of the UK community.
Yeah. It's, I mean, this is the thing as well, though, because Kaz, they look going into it like maybe this could have been a little bit of a revival. They had a couple of rounds here and there sprinkled in that looked quite good, and then it all just went down the pit. Yeah.
Have you seen that meme of the guy?
Oh, the guy, yeah, the little gold dust.
Oh, so I want to see that meme now of a member of Kaz
Just
sprint.
Jacob, and then it all goes wrong.
Yeah, there's been moments of hope, I feel, for Kaz Esports, but unfortunately, as soon as that hope just starts to swivel in, they just get shut down immediately by Heinz. They just throw some big bean tin at them, say, no, it's not going to happen, we're going to punish you for it. And now Heinz just have to finish things off. I mean, do nerves start to come into a play when a pause comes in this late? You only have 2 rounds to work with. Do you think nerves are going to be a thing here, or...?
I mean, the things as well, it was reason obviously just going for a disconnect there, so it wasn't like really a team-based issue where they're trying to sort something out. So it's more so, they're probably, the benefit is it might slow down Heinz a little bit in terms of momentum. They might get a little bit colder, or nevertheless they could take this time to just relax a little bit, come into it, whereas Kaz start to overthink things a little bit or get annoyed the fact they can't try and continue, and it's all this sort of mind game stuff, but it shouldn't affect the game overall too much.
We hope not. And it was a weird round last one, especially when those 2 AWPs came out on the T side. I was thinking they were going to go for some sort of aggressive play, maybe send some AKs in, have the AWPs just follow up. But once again, I think this happened when Kaz took the AWPs on CT side as well. Heinz were able to find the players without those AWPs first, and then they're more than happy to take those endgame fights when there's just 2 AWPs left. It's extremely hard to get those picks when you've got 3 AKs looking at you or 3 M4s looking at you. So I don't know if that's slightly fortunate from Heinz that they've been able to just find those players, or perhaps it's been incredible play for them. And maybe they've just been purposely going towards angles that they know AWPs won't be. But it will remain to be seen who is going to take this one. Heinz are looking very confident going into it, and it will be the 2nd win on the board for them, as they did take down Kaz in Mirage earlier as well.
Ooh, just actually look at the opener. Talking about those AWPs though, comes in big, but it's going to be the side of Heinz to kick things off. Boaster will try and fire back, takes down Moldy, game leader of the side, as they try and slip their way through towards that A bomb site. I've got a lot of map control here early on, and Windansky does a good job of trying to make the situation even better for the Kaz boys. Cryptics retaliates, rattling off a few pot shots with that Kalashnikov, and will take down Boaster. Reason is going to be able to try and equalise things more as he takes down Mick. 2 versus 2 now. A little bit of a lull falls across the battlefield. Gives Kaz just enough time to get that bomb planted, try and fall back. They have gone for the short plant here. They've got good after plants positioned, and it gets better and better as these frags comes out. The flick from Windansky to finish it. Just juicy.
Better stuff coming out from Kaz, getting those important kills. Windansky mid with the AWP made a real difference. It was a brave peak. I think it was Jesp in the middle there for Heinz. Perhaps he didn't necessarily need to, but he was just trying to gather information for his team. And now Heinz, they don't have a great economy. They're just going to have to work with pistols, and you can see several members are just barreling down A, see if they can find anything, but Windansky shuts down Mole immediately. Will back off, though, because he knows that they're going to start to get aggressive. Does have a grenade to try and defend himself, finds one, gets the pistol out, and will find a 3rd. So really good stuff there, a nice eco bash, and Kaz have put yet another round on the board, Jackie, and is there hope left in this squad?
I really don't know. I think maybe they can try and get a couple more rounds out of it, but they really need to keep linking them together. That was actually nicely played by Windansky, by the way. Throwing that nade back, because he knew it would tag them as they were trying to push through, slowed them down, so it gave him enough time to set up with the AWP and line up the shot. So, fairly smart stuff. Windansky, this is what I wanted to see. This agile style of CS, bouncing around, trying to go for those openers with the AWP, being a lot more flamboyant. Nowhere near as static as they have been previously. Whole lot better for Kaz. Major props them actually trying to switch things up a little bit here, but can they keep this up? Is going to be a big stack. That's going to be the main core of this round. They try and work their way in. Gilbert needs to go big. That's going to be Yoo-Hoo. Will take down Jenko. Jess will fire back though. Takes him down. Windansky comes in with that frag, but Poster also hits the deck. It's Trade City right now as it falls into a 3 versus 3. The battle of attrition equal as things go. The A bomb site has actually been sniffed out as well by Reason. He's worked out there's a welcome mat there. They can rotate off.
Yep, he'll definitely be shouting at his teammates to rotate round. You can see they are slowly doing that on the minimap as well, but Heinz will probably think that's going to happen as well, and you can see they're just sat in middle, see if they can get any information by any footsteps. Windansky is just going to use this AWP from T-spawn. Can't find anything just yet, so we'll push around with his teammates as well, push up to long, and this bomb should be able to get onto site fairly easy because there is nothing in the way of defenses to stop this. It does look like they are going to push up onto short, but it is going to be a little too late. The bomb should go down. Jasper actually catches Windansky from behind, and now he'll have an AWP to work with. This bomb needs to go down very quickly if they are going to be able to take this round, but Heinz can be confident here. They might be able to push up.
Biding the time for now. Reason and Jacob. They need to try and hold this. They have those AKs in hands, clearing each other's angles, waiting for the push to come in as it begins to unfold now. Working their way through. Jess and Mole peek together. Mole will actually get the better of Jacob, and it all falls onto Reason. It's going to be so awkward, but he's doing a great job. 2 frags already. Needs to try and get the hat-trick to win the round here. Mole pushes in, and he finds it. The headshot takes him down and keeps Kaz alive and ticking.
Really important stuff. The Reason was able to survive and get that 3k there. And just keeping Kaz in this game. That would probably been the nail in the coffin if they had lost that round, but Heinz, considering that was an eco, incredible stuff from them. They were able to pick up a couple of kills on the trade. They went for the B stack, and Kaz did play into it. They decided they were going to go push B. But now, just 4 rounds behind. Confidence is starting to just fill into these Kaz Esports players' heads. You can see in their gameplay they're getting a little bit more flamboyant. Windansky is going to be smoked off though, so we won't be able to get a pick from B tunnels. They're pushing through mid now. No one to challenge them. Yoo-Hoo is just checking to his right to CT, seeing if anyone is there. And eventually it is. Jess will be there. He'll find 2 members of the terrorist force, and they're going to have to back off. Really important stuff from him. And just being patient, taking his angles. Mole also finds a nice kill with the AWP as well. And Kaz falling like flies, and slowly their hopes and dreams are being crushed by baked beans.
Other brands of beans are available. It's good though, mate. I'll give you that. Give you props for that. Alright. I was just going to let it ride, but fair play. Reason, he's going to try and ride off the back of that high as he works his way out towards mid. Has that angle covered. Can he find that frag off on towards Cryptics? As things are looking very shaky for them in this round. Kaz really shouldn't be able to pick it up. Heinz should lock this one down. And there's that all-important kill off on towards Reason as well. Leaves both still left in 1 versus 5. Essentially, this round is as good as over. Everyone is tagged on the side of Heinz, though, but he's just in such awkward positioning. The angles are covered. He really shouldn't be able to do this. No,
yeah, I mean, time's against him as well, so you're going to have to rush onto a site. So the members of Heinz should just be able to watch both door here. Post region, he's just so hesitant. Manages to find another one, though. The Dream's still alive. He's going to push in, finds Cryptics as well, but eventually Mick will shut that Dream down. And now 15 to 10. Just 1 round away from putting 2 wins on the board this season. It's great stuff from Heinz. But Kaz will still have money to work with, so they are still going to be able to buy a little bit. And there will be an AWP in the hands of Windansky. And I'm not entirely surprised that he has been the man of the moment. He has made a difference, has got those really important early picks. But there is going to be a lot of utility to work with in the hands of Heinz as well, Jackie.
Yeah, they really can achieve a lot. Well, they just need to wait it out into this round, really. Just hope the push comes towards them. Obviously, in terms of utility, Kaz lacking a little bit. They don't have as many flashes or smokes as they'd want to try and zone out the CTs on these late round pushes. Windansky basically has to be the point man, and Yoo-Hoo should get punished here. Jenko was sitting in shocks, actually goes for the shot a little bit too early, prematurely pulls the trigger and has to jump off now. Leaves him in a lot worse positioning.
Jenko just sitting on site with the AWP here. Can't decide whether he wants to look at short, but eventually does make the decision and finds Yoo-Hoo there. Plays a little bit of peekaboo, but he is punished for it. And Kaz now in a 4v5 situation. Need to do something. Need to do something quickly. As time is slowly ticking away. Boaster tries to make a move, but Cryptics quickly shuts that down. Windansky does find a pick though with the AWP. He's been the one who's getting those important kills, as we said. And Now they are going to start to push up long. Flashes will be there to support them. Cryptic's just hiding in the corner there. He does have a teammate on top of his head as well, so we'll try and boost him up, but the flames just burn him away. And now it's a 3v3 situation. Jacob gets another kill. So actually, this is suddenly a possibility for CAS Esports here, Jackie.
Yeah, this is a really nice round for them. They actually pick it up. Looks like it was going to go the way of Heinz, but they lock it down. They're going to get this. Forces the last two players in Mick and Mole to save, and this is a way to try and back into your favor. You get 11 rounds on the board now. They still need to have a perfect half from this point on, though, to take it into OT to try and beat out Heinz, but it's still a good way to start.
Definitely is. Nice, sensible decision to save Heinz, though. I mean, sometimes at 15 rounds, you can just think, well, why the hell not? We're so close anyway. But they know full well, as do we, these things can turn around very quickly, and suddenly it's 15-15. So good stuff from Heinz to be able to just make that decision to save, and it's, I mean, looking at the money, you're not entirely surprised. But CAS, they were in a 3v5 situation, and they still managed to take that round, so impressive stuff from them. Really important flashes coming out, and Heinz, unfortunately, were just kind of just caught in CT and weren't able to get any kind of frags coming from long. But now they will be pushing several members over to B. It's not quite a stack, but it is 3 members. And I wonder whether CAS will have sussed that out using the AWP. They would have seen several players jumping in. A couple of players are pushing here onto site though, but Mick will respond and gets both of them. And it's another 3v5 situation if CAS are going to stay in this game.
Ooh, Jacob coming in with that frag off on towards Jenko there towards the A-bomb site. CAS, surprisingly, they're actually getting overpowered into this one. Heinz, you know, they were on the backbone. They were starting to let everything slip away from them, but they've really gone huge into this round. Reason needs to go massive, but unfortunately, Cryptix takes him down. Windansky, he's really been the firepower that's keeping CAS alive into this one as he finds these frags. The nade as well that blows Mick out of the server. It all rides on Cryptix, but it won't matter. Jacob is able to clean him up, and Heinz looks like they could have picked up that round, but all of a sudden, Windansky comes in with a massive triple kill and just allows CAS to keep themselves in the game here.
29 kills, 15 deaths for Windansky. He's really going off for his team right now and keeping them in this, to be honest. And they are slowly but surely getting back into it. Just 3 rounds away from tying it and taking it to overtime. It will be a pistol round for Heinz. So CAS needs to be careful not to just throw away any easy weapons here and give them a chance to get into this game. Just need to work together, push together, and just get onto a bomb site nice and slow.
All comes in there. Get that first frag off on towards Yuhu. A good start for Heinz, especially because they only had these pistols. And they now have the advantage in terms of the battle of attrition. Another frag as well. Mole takes him down with that scavenged AK-47. That is absolutely critical for them to try and win this round. Jacob tags so very low as well. Left on 5 HP as he barely slips his way as he crawls up on towards the A-bomb site. CAS, it's looking like they're letting this round slip away from them. Second by second, it gets harder for them to try and pick this one up. Mole has gone huge. I said Dust 2 is a map where we can really see him perform, and he's starting to show us a little bit of that. But can they keep this ball rolling? Can they really crack down and take out CAS?
Jacob doesn't have much health to work with. Reason is just trying to get an angle here. I don't know if they know that Jenko is in Galdorf as well. They're pushing onto site now. Reason needs to go huge. He does have Windansky with the AWP as support as Windansky finds that frag. Just Mole left. He's done a lot of work in the round. Windansky can't find the headshot though, but he needs to keep looking. Reason needs to get an angle, but Mole takes him down. It's the one-on-one, but there's not going to be time, so Mole will retreat with the AK. Mole definitely made a round of it. He got the early pick, picked up the AK, and was able to get a really important couple of frags, but CAS, they are back into this. Just 2 rounds away now from taking it to overtime. Do you think Heinz could throw this away, or do you think they can just calm this down a little bit, Jeff?
I mean, this is the thing. Heinz, all of a sudden there, in a round where they really had no stake into it, performed amazingly. So now they've got back on their full bar. You can see they still have that confidence. I'm scared for CAS, because even in situations where they should have the upper hand, they let it slip time and time again, and it's really not what should be happening.
Yep, it's going to come down to a really important kill from perhaps Windansky, as he's been doing all game, to be honest. He can get one of those early picks with the AWP, then perhaps there is hope for CAS. They've definitely made a game of it. It didn't look too good going into this second half. They were behind by a considerable amount. They've been able to slowly creep back into it. Mole, he was the man who made a round of it last round. Was able to get some really important kills. But you can see, they're just holding an angle on short here, as CAS are pushing through middle. And actually, Yuhu's got the bomb. Just a deagle to work with. Needs to be careful he doesn't give it away. Boaster actually finds an early pick onto Mick. And that will be in B tunnels. It looks like Mick got a little bit overzealous and pushed out. And perhaps that could be the downfall of Heinz here.
Yuhu as well coming in fairly big there as he finds that frag off towards Jenko. Mole will retaliate, but Reason equalizes the situation. They are vastly outnumbered here, 2-1. It's not a great situation to be in for the side of Heinz. Jacob as well wants to try and make it one better as he scopes in looking towards the A-bomb site. Will spot out Jesp, but couldn't quite put him down just yet. Jesp is trapped all on his lonesome towards the A-bomb site. They begin to funnel their way in. Actually gets such a juicy headshot of cheeky stuff there as he takes down Boaster. But Jacob can retaliate, and it's just Cryptics left. M4 and a Dream in a 1 versus 3.
Yeah, and this is scary. This is where your heart starts racing. This is where your blood starts pumping a little bit faster because Kaz are getting back into this game, and Cryptics knows he needs to try and do something here. He can't just give them a round for free. But Kaz are 1 round away now from tying this one up, and boy, this has been an incredible game, to be honest. It was looking pretty lackluster to start with, but thank God Windansky started to show up.
Yeah, Windansky really having that resurgence into that second half was the only thing that's kept them going. He's been such a major factor for Kaz, and the fact he's been playing this well, if he can keep this up, it is just going to be dominating. They really need to try and pick this round up. But we've seen Heinz in the past, even when they're downs in terms of their arsenal, have really been able to bring it back up. Could actually pick this round up if they just play off their raw skill. But timing's going to be key. They definitely don't have the advantage, but we know they can pull it out when they need to.
I don't want to see anyone get a little bit too overconfident here from the side of Heinz. They need to be careful, extremely careful. And Yuhu, I'd like to see him do something a little bit more. He's 9 in 25 at the moment, struggling a little bit in this game. He has tried a few risky plays and been punished for them. I feel like that we should give him some credit for at least trying, but unfortunately just not been able to win those 1v1s. But his team is still in it, and it is a team game after all. As Mick is just holding this angle, hoping that someone's going to push through middle. Does get flashed out as Kaz starts to push up through short. The noise will have been heard by Heinz here, but no movement as of yet. They are staying put because they know how important this round is.
Windansky there spamming through mid exactly to where Mick was, just barely missed it. That would have been a huge frag. Did actually land a tag off onto him, knocking him down to 71 HP. Really always got to do in this situation to try and hold mid though, because when they barrage their way through, he needs to get big. Frags to try and win this round up for his side. Jenko actually sent both off to the Burns ward, and somehow Heinz are doing it. Left with just 2 members on the side of Kaz. It's really not gone their way. This has been great play from Heinz so far. Also very close to actually find that frag, but it doesn't quite work out. Reason takes him down with the AK-47, and it falls to 2 men with measly pistols. Actually, one of them is going to grab an AWP. That will be Cryptics. Switches it out to the UMP. Jenko as well has that SMG in hand. This retake has to be flawless to win the round as they barrage their way in towards the bomb site. Cryptics will find one. Windansky trapped on his lonesome, rattling off shots to that PT-50. Couldn't quite connect them. And Heinz, by the skin of their teeth, will actually pick it up and take it with a 16-14 scoreline.
Well, they made a game of it. Credit to Kaz that they brought it back, and I thought it was going to go to 15-15, but I've got to give it to Heinz. They did hold their nerve when it actually came down to it. They were throwing it away for a little bit, but they do actually take a second win here and will be 2-0 in the league table now. So really important